Hey everyone, welcome back to the TTC. This is day 3 of New Zealand taking on South Africa. What a series this has been so far for, I guess, both of these sides. South Africa with a big draw against the West Indies and then getting the win over Afghanistan. New Zealand getting the win over both Sri Lanka and Afghanistan as well, who, of course, failed to pick up a victory at all throughout this tournament. So, in essence, that makes it interesting for South Africa. The, big heavyweight team like South Africa, can they beat the Kiwis? That one struck right on the pad and given. Gee, it looked maybe a fraction high, but in the end, the umpire put the finger up, and BJ Watling is walking for 42, 224 for 6. Edged. Oh, gee, I don't think it carried from de Grandhomme. Yeah, both very important matchup this for both these sides. There's the wicket of Mitch Santner falling. And South Africa, they'll need to limit the New Zealand run scoring here because New Zealand only about 60 or 50 runs behind at stumps. And now they're pressing on a little bit. But a couple of early wickets to fall today maybe puts the South Africans back on the front foot. Santner out for 3, caught behind, and they're 234 for 7. The lead of South Africa still above 40. It's at the 45 now. Bang! Into the stumps, I reckon. Oh, jeez, I thought it bowled him. It's hit him on the pad instead. Gonna be given anyway. I think that was Proteas that time, getting another wicket. But, jeez, the South Africans, what a start it's been from them here on day 3. Another one on the pad. Was there any bat involved? It was caught by the slip fielder. Not out, says the umpire. Oh, how was that missed? How on earth did that miss everything? Jeez, Southie survives. I tell you one thing, though, is that New Zealand, they'll want to get this lead, first of all, back to 0 if they can. And then, maybe press on and get a little bit of ahead themselves at the moment. De Grandhomme still just chilling at one end on 22. Now he might take the field on. He goes over the top, finds the boundary for 4. It's 264 on the board. The lead of South Africa, 19. That one edged and well fielded, saved a boundary. Ends up being just the single. So the new ball for South Africa hasn't done them as much good as maybe they would have liked it to. I think they've only got the 1 wicket during its period. There's a big shout again on the stumps. Jeez, I reckon it's very close to impact in line. That's where the umpire's decision will have to be made. And there's not going to be a review. And Rabada now gets the edge. Through to the keeper. The umpire, geez, he says not out. Definitely heard a noise. I would expect to be seeing a review sent upstairs here, but no. No, what? He clearly hit the ball. Anyway, Southie gets alive. And he's going to get more runs. So both the umpire missed it and then the South Africans as well. They went up for it, but they chose not to review in the end. Now the outside edge from Southie comes, and the wicket is finally taken. South Africa get the 9th of the innings. That one just a little outside feather through to de Kock. Just enough to see the deviation on it. Southie out for 19. The lead of South Africa is 6 at the moment. Just 6 runs with Trent Bolt now out in the middle. Oh, geez, that one's gone into the stumps. Could be a run out. Not to be. It's Patterson. He's bowled well here in this matchup. Taking a couple of wickets. As New Zealand tie the scores up with those 2 runs. Oh, jeez. Imagine going in at the halfway point of this matchup with scores being level. It's not to be. New Zealand have taken the lead with 1 run there from Colin de Grandhomme, who has just seen a lot of partners come and go. As New Zealand now come from the field to end the first session here, the afternoon session of day 3. New Zealand with a 2-run lead with Ross Taylor and Jeet Raval, the top scorers there. Patterson with 3 wickets. Proteas took 2 as well. And New Zealand now, a little bit of an opportunity. Final wicket stands have been somewhat important in this matchup, in this tournament really, but not today. It's going to be an edge through to the keeper. So New Zealand's last wicket stand will not last the test of time like we have seen from many other sides in this tournament. 288 all out. They lead it by 5 runs, New Zealand. So what a close game we have at the end of the first innings for both these sides. New Zealand just 5 behind the South Africans. Tim Southee with the new ball in hand to bowl to Dean Elgar. And he works it away, but no run is the result there. End of the opening over. There's a couple of runs from it there. And maybe a little bit of pressure from the South Africans, especially now knowing that they need to actually win this game or at least draw it, get some points on the board to see themselves in with a real chance to qualify next matchup. While New Zealand have a little bit less pressure because they know that even if they are to go on to lose this game, they still can qualify by winning next week or even drawing next week, depending on how results play out. So we see a couple more runs added to the total here for the South Africans. 26 without loss. A good start by these two. They really wouldn't want to lose too many early wickets, and so far this has been, as we said, a good start. No early loss. They obviously got the lead back pretty quickly, and now they can press forward here and start building a target for the Kiwis to chase as Markram chops it on. That'll be the end of him. Just held its line through the shot maybe a little early. Gets the inside edge of the bat. And that's the end of Aiden Markram. Out for 15. 38 for 1, South Africa. Rassie van der Dussen now to the crease with Dean Elgar. So plenty of work for these two to do. Can they once again build a partnership? And you know, you look at it this way. I mean, it's only a 5-run differential, so the 42 for 1, oh geez, might be a run out here, not to be. You know, isn't so much the same sort of result as it might have been if they were down by about 50. As we see another wicket given, an LBW shout here by de Grandhomme. Elgar going to walk from the field without reviewing. He's out for 23, South Africa. 45 for 2. Well, they're now 50 for 2, but the lead is 45. So they could essentially still be 45 for 2 at this current point in time. Oh, knocked away. Du Plessis and Van der Dussen. Lots of work to do here. Plenty of work to do here. The lead currently just ticking over 50. They'd want to maybe push this over 100 this next pairing. But there's another outside edge, and it was taken really nice and low by Ross Taylor. Mitch Santner getting the wicket. Faf du Plessis departing. Just trying to drive that through the offside and got enough bat on it to carry to Taylor, who dropped a few catches earlier on in this match, but has picked up his fielding since. Du Plessis out for 9. South Africa now 59 for 3. Is this game really starting to accelerate a little bit in the how it really unfolds? I mean, unlikely we'll get a result today, but looks like the way things are tracking, maybe tomorrow would be where things just, you know, come towards a conclusion. Just the rate of wickets that we've seen fall today and even yesterday, it's just increasing quite dramatically, and with the, you know, the scores on the board, not really much more than 200. Needs a big pairing from maybe de Kock and Van der Dussen to change that and send us into maybe a 5th day of play. There might have been some bat or glove on that. The Kiwis like it. The umpire likes it. Santner gets another wicket. New Zealand have 4. But that one, yeah, just a little bit of bat onto the pad, onto the shoe. It's like everyone has these shoes that the ball just bounces off, and somehow they continuously get wickets. Anyway, that'll be the end of the middle session of play. The twilight session, as the lights come on here in New Zealand. We've actually been quite lucky with their fixturing. They've been able to play 3 home games in a row here in New Zealand. Santner with a couple of wickets, de Grandhomme with a couple of wickets. 79 for 4, the South Africans with a lead of 74. And another edge almost instantly as we begin the evening session of play here. Mitchell Santner looking dangerous with the ball. He's another outside edge. They're looking quite handy. It's Wagner as well with ball. in the other end. Edged and taken. So another one. It's the end of De Kock. Wagner gets the breakthrough this time. He's been effective in this tournament as well. As we see yet another wicket fall for the Kiwis. Quinton De Kock out for 12. 94. 5 down. It's more runs for Proteas from an outside edge. But New Zealand, as we said, the game really progressing quickly now. That swung in a long way. Huge appeal to the umpire. Wagner just pleading with him. Give it out. Instead, the umpire said no, and they chose not to review. Jeez, it did look like it was shaping back in quite nicely, though. As the South Africans have pushed this lead up to 111, and now Bavuma's the next man out. More bat on that one, and then departing quickly after. So 6 wickets to fall for South Africa in the last sort of session and a bit. Things have changed quite quickly today. After, I think their opening little fight, like 8 overs or whatever, South Africa, they hadn't lost a wicket, and then all of a sudden it's just been very, very quickly wickets to fall. So we've got Patterson and Proteas now looking for some bonus runs here. The lead only 120, so there's still plenty of work to do for this tail. There's another wicket for Proteas is going to go this time. It was de Grandhomme who's now picked up 3 in this innings. He's been a key today. Just a little outside edge. Watling again taking the catch. Plenty of dismissals behind the stumps today. 132 for 7. South Africa, their lead, again, as we said, just a 129 runs at the moment. As Maharaj and Patterson are in at the crease. And you now got to think, what is a defendable total for the South Africans? Is it going to be, 150, which they're pressing towards at the moment? Is it going to be 200? That's ballooned up off the pad. Another single. Can they get it to 200? I mean, there's only 3 wickets left. They still need 57 more runs to at least get their own innings total to 200. Then they'd need a further 5 to get the lead over 200. But we have seen some late innings knocks from a few of these teams. There's a thick edge that is gone. Trent Bolt round the wicket, providing the wicket. Round the wicket, providing the wicket. Gotta love rhyming wicket with wicket. So we see an outside edge taken well as we close in on the final few minutes of play here tonight. 150 for 8, South Africa. Nichols with a good take there as this one down the leg side. Should be more runs. The lead now up around that 160 mark. So I guess from a South African point of view, they've got to look at this and go, okay, if New Zealand can knock us over this quickly, we can knock them over in similar fashion. New Zealand, of course, you'd expect them to use the conditions a bit better. And obviously knowing that they have the afternoon session tomorrow, if they were to get these wickets tonight to start batting, that's really where the bulk of the runs are going to be scored, and then the wickets will be taken, I guess, later on in the day's play, should it progress that far, as we see another boundary here off the back foot drive. Anyway, final ball of the day, Maharaj on 25, Southee steaming in. That's maybe a wide. He might have to bowl that last ball of the day again. He does. Umpire signals for the wide. So, one more ball for Maharaj to survive. Can he do it? Oh, jeez, it was shaping into the stumps, but he's got some bat on it. Way to the onside. That'll be the end of the day's play. 175 for 8. 8 wickets falling in the last 2 sessions for South Africa. A lead of just 175 at the moment. Santner has a couple. De Grandhomme has 3. Bolt has 2 as well. There's your 8 wickets for New Zealand. Thank you guys for watching day 3. We'll see you tomorrow, where it looks like we will be getting a result here. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.